That's a grouse. Good morning, everybody.
Oh yeah,
it's
hi.
not the morning. Forgot you were there. No, we are. It's not morning for us anymore. It's actually like 1 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
We are in the Wisconsin countryside right now, going on our squirrel hunt here in October. It's about mid-October. We're trying a place we've never been before, and it's been really hard to find some information about it because this area, I won't say what it is.
Oh my God,
but
that's gorgeous.
yeah,
Sorry,
really,
we're seeing
really
some
nice,
amazing
really
views.
nice blue lake to our right here
Wow.
with a bunch of orange trees. It's pretty sweet.
Wow.
We came up here to hunt squirrels, really, for the most part, but this place is a lot better for grouse and woodcock. So if we can find some of those, that'll be great. We have all of our permits figured out and stuff like that, so it shouldn't be an issue to go do that here. Until then, we've been enjoying this drive. It's very pretty out here.
Yeah.
In half a mile, turn left.
You can't hear that. I totally cut that directions out of the audio, so we didn't have to yell over it. But
Well, we're gonna cut this out next too because it's about to say again.
yeah, it's gonna say it again. Oh,
I mean,
boy.
oh wow, you probably can't see these street signs
Oh
either.
gee, oh god. No, it's cut right here. See, I told you I cut it. Yeah, we're gonna have to do it again
Done soon.
Yeah, probably. But that's okay.
Yeah. Oh, cows.
Oh yeah,
Big moo.
got the udders.
Got them udders out, man.
Got the udders out for free.
That is disgusting.
Yeah, I know. That's the point.
You're
Oh, that was a porcupine that was dead in the middle of the road there.
I looked back like over my shoulder, like I'm gonna see it. Like,
Couch.
on the ground.
Couch.
Oh, couch.
Couch.
Free couch.
Free couch. Free couch. Free couch.
It says
Free
free
couch.
couch.
It says free couch on it.
Free couch. What the heck? I didn't even see that. Well,
If you can load it up into your house or into anything.
your car,
I don't have a truck, so I can't load it up.
yeah, I'm in need of a couch, but
Are you in need of a couch?
I don't have a couch. I have a bed.
I'm in need of a couch. It's not like anybody's gonna geolocate this spot. It's also probably not gonna be a great spot anyways.
Yeah. But hey, that's part of the journey. That's part of the adventure, is exploring some places.
So if this place turns out to be an okay place to hang at and to do our stuff that we want to do, then you're gonna see it coming up right about here. Am I good?
Good.
Good. I might want to start heading into the woods here soon. So like, let's cut in here. So the first story was one of my bosses. She was doing some thrasher research out in the Southwest, specifically in California.
Okay.
So they were in this spot that no one goes. Nobody goes. Middle of absolutely nowhere. No cell service at all. And you gotta drive like hours to go get
Horror
it.
movie setting, got it.
Yeah,
Also
and they
where
were-
you guys usually work.
And they were camping out there for work. So you know, like they were out there. And so one night they went to sleep, or they set up their camp and they went to sleep, and they got woken up by headlights pointing at their tents, and they're like, no one's usually out here. What's going on? So they hear some doors open and shut, and you hear a bunch of like dudes like talking, and they do not sound friendly. They sound like drunk as hell, and they were very drunk. And then they heard gunshots.
Oh god.
They had started shooting around their tents, being like, "We're gonna wake up, wake up," and they started shooting around them, and they're like, "Oh my god, we're gonna die." And my boss who was telling me the story said, I'm not a religious person, but this was one time where I started doubting myself because I was like, we're gonna die, oh my gosh, this is terrible. And then one of them, they were drunk, stumbled and fell into the nearby river. So his friends pulled him out and they left.
Oh my god.
And so after that, after they left, they all got out and they all stayed in the same tent. They were freaking out and everything. It was a nightmare. That's not a an uncommon story when it comes to people in my field in California specifically.
Why?
Because people, so like the other part of the story was at this this job, someone else got shot at by being in a marijuana grove they stumbled upon, and they hid under a car until they all left. So like they had no way to defend themselves out in the middle of nowhere, and there's people out there who don't care, so they'll take you out. Now that we're here, I'm gonna load up. I'm using my Remington 870 Super Mag, using bismuth shot. I forgot my plug, so I just jammed a stick in there and it works. So just put it, oh, dropped the shell. Using 3.5 inch, or not 3.5, I'm using 3-inch high brass 4-shot, which is probably overkill. We're gonna get a little far in here and then we'll start crushing through brush, but we should we should just walk along the path and see if there's anything here first. If you have any doubt at what you're looking at, don't shoot it.
So if something flies up, don't shoot it right now.
If you don't think it's a grouse, anything the size about a chicken, you could shoot. If it's like if it's like the size of your fist, it's probably a woodcock and you can shoot it, but I don't know if you'll see it. It's pretty out though.
Yeah.
Also, rule at the end of this, even though it's not tick season really, check for ticks afterwards.
Yep.
Ah. When it comes to grouse, you stop and start every once in a while because it starts to confuse them and spook them, and also we'll change directions and stuff. We'll walk like this for a while and then I'll check our maps and figure out, make sure we're good. Also keep a lookout for anything else. Yes. It's a lot harder without dogs.
Yeah.
We're still good. That's a grouse.
Oh, it's so long.
We're still good. That's a grouse. Follow it. There might be more. Careful. Yep. They're here though. I'm excited. It went that way, so you hang right, I'll hang left. I should have shot. See what I mean?
It went that way more.
You think it went this way?
I saw it go that way more.
Do you see it take off again?
No.
Okay, we'll move this way then. Every single time you stop and start again or make any noise, be on the lookout. Yep. Don't be afraid to take long shots as long as you know where it's gonna land. Another bird flew?
Yeah, not a grouse.
Okay.
I'm gonna take left side and take right.
Yep.
Oh, they're woodpeckers.
Oh.
So today we went on a squirrel hunt and grouse hunt mostly, and we saw some grouse, but we didn't get any. But it's a pretty time, so we'll have some of the footage from that in here. But a lot of this is going to be us driving through the Wisconsin countryside, and we got a couple of scary stories to share that we've heard in our travels. Some of them may have happened to us, some of them may not have. And with that, you can go ahead. I have three stories from my friend who was up there. I'm not going to say my friend's name or anything just for privacy reasons. But all you gotta know is I've known this guy for most of my time in college, right? Like, he was part of my early friend group, and he was like one of the last remaining of my friend group from everybody else who dropped out and stuff. And everything I know about this guy is like, one, he was a creative writing major like me, but he was also this big, no bullshit kind of person. Like, if somebody was lying or kind of like trying to like embellish things, he would pick it out pretty easily, and you could tell on his face he didn't believe it, and he'd probably tell us that he didn't believe it. And so I never thought that he would have any stories like this. Okay. Because he just didn't seem like that kind of person to believe in like ghosts or supernatural stuff or cryptids or anything like that. He just didn't seem like that person. I will say that he does believe like neo-paganism to a degree, or he has an interest in it, I should say. But that what came later in his life. That was before the events of this story. So one day we were like hanging out at his apartment, and we were playing Smash Bros. And I think it was around Halloween. I asked him finally, I'm like, have you ever seen anything weird before in your life? Like, what's the weirdest thing that ever happened to you? And he avoided the dark stuff because he had a pretty bad childhood before, when he told me. But he told me about this one time where he was in Georgia with his parents. He was a little kid. He doesn't remember the age, but he does remember. He has this memory vivid. And he said he remembered. For some reason, his parents, and this one kid's parents, like met up and like became friends. And then he became sort of friends with this kid, and they decided to have a sleepover at this guy's place. And so he remembers being driven over to this guy's place in Georgia. And he lives in like a new housing development, so like where the forest was cleared recently, like the houses were still being built there, but there was like some finished stuff there, so that's where he lived. And there was still like this big field where the trees were cut down, and there was still forest beyond that and stuff. And so he hangs out with this kid, and they're having a good time, doing normal kid stuff. But as he gets out of the car, like as they're like going around the house, he said he saw like one of the neighbor kids like in the woods, like at the edge of the woods. And he said he looked weird. He was like wearing like his red striped shirts, and he didn't mention the kid because he looked like some shy kid, and these two were just having fun, and they were kids, so they didn't really care. But it was one of the neighborhood kids. And so as it gets later in the night, they are being told to go to bed. You know, they sleep in like the basement, like the finished basement, not like the creepy basement, like finished basement. It was a new house.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're sleeping there. And then his friend asked him like this is boring because they're buzzed and they're awake. They're like, oh my god, they're hyped on stuff.
Yeah, they're buzzed as like Chinese children.
Yeah. they're hyped on like just being around each other.
Caffeinated.
Yeah.
Not caffeinated. They're sugar rushed.
Yeah. And so he's like, hey, do you want to go out to this tree house? And they're like, the tree house? He's like, yeah. And so they go out to go to the tree house. And the thing is, the sun's not all the way down yet. So they sneak out and they go to the tree house, which is at the edge, was like right where the tree line meets the fields, like where that border is. And there's this big tree with a tree house in there. And this isn't just any tree house, it has power running to it. So they have video games and board games and snacks in there.
That's awesome.
And it's like a kick-ass tree house. And so they're in there and they're like, the plan, I guess, was to spend the night out there.
Yeah.
Because it's Georgia in the summer. Like,
yeah,
it's fine. And so he was, so they're hanging out there or whatever. And as it's getting later, like, my friend's getting tired. He's like, hey, maybe we should go back to your place because, like, I'm getting tired and we can go to bed. And he said, oh, we can't. The sun's already down, so I think he's like, so Timmy's out. And he's like, Timmy? Like, he's like, who's Timmy? He's like, he's the neighborhood kid. And he's like, oh, okay, but like, he didn't ask why that meant they couldn't go back in the house. He just kind of was like, oh, okay, he just kind of went with it. And so they're playing video games up there. And as they're playing video games, he remembers this very vividly. Like, this is probably the strongest image he has in his head, is of the kid. Like, he's starting to, like, as they're sitting there playing video games, they start hearing like incoherent speech, like that's kind of hard to hear, not like a whisper, but like carried on the wind, like some kind of incoherent speech. And my friend can't decipher what's being said, but the guy he's with can, and is like answering it. And he's like, oh yeah, we're playing this and stuff like that. And he's like talking to whatever the hell this is, but there's no one there, and it's just a disembodied voice that is incoherent.
This is weird. I've never heard this story before, actually.
Are you sure?
Yes, you never told me this.
Yeah. So he's like, this is... So my friend, again, being a little kid, is just kind of weirded out, but he's thrown because of how, like, this kid's acting like it's completely normal. So he's like, I guess this is a normal thing. You know, like when you're a kid, you have that kind of...
Just go with it.
You're kind of like, yeah, just go with it. Like, that's why he didn't ask, like, why can't we go because of Timmy? And so the voice starts to get louder, but he still can't figure out what it's saying. And so he's like, you know, I think I'm just going to actually go into the house.
Oh, no.
And so he goes up to the trap door, because it's like a traditional treehouse where there's a trap door with a little ladder that goes up to it. Like, not like a rope ladder, but the planks nailed to the wood.
Yeah.
And so he's like, and his friend doesn't turn to stop him. He's still playing the game, and he's like, I mean, we can't because Timmy's out there, but if you want. And so he opens the door, and Timmy's there. On like the ladder.
Oh God.
Looking up at them through the door, like right when he opens it. Except it looks like Timmy, but not like Timmy. It's the same size, same clothes that they saw earlier that day. But he told me that its face was like not right. Like not like deformed, like the kid has like a disease or something. But like, because he saw the kid's face before and it was fine. But it looked like something that was like wearing a kid.
Oh, God.
Or was trying very hard to be a kid. Like exaggerating parts of itself to be a kid. But it wasn't right. In the shape of its head and everything was all off. And he said that its mouth was like the most like standout part, because it was like, it was not a human mouth. It wasn't. And he also said it had like weird kind of protrusions out of its whole head that kind of looked like horns.
That's crazy.
And
I did not. I can't believe you didn't tell me.
And the thing is, that's the last thing he remembers.
What?
Because the next memory he has is of him in his parents' car.
What?
And they never spoke to that guy again, never talked to him again. His parents never acknowledged it or anything like that.
What?
That's the end of how that happened.
That's insane.
And this was a huge bomb for him to drop on me. Because I was like, he would not, I know he's a creative writing major. I know he would not lie about something like this, especially about his past. Because his past is a very sensitive topic. And this was clearly something that was like a thing that happened to him.
Oh my God, I got goosebumps.
Yeah,
That's a great story.
Because when I was being firsthand told it, I couldn't believe it. Every word he said, I was like, no way. And I was like, part of me was like, this would be a great story. But then other part of me is like, and I'm like, oh, he's probably making a story. But the other part of me is like, I know for a fact he's not making this up because he is not that kind of person.
So, we have a bit of a change in scenery here. We are on Lake Michigan in one of the harbors here, trying and failing to catch fish as usual. Well, not as usual. I'm a better fisherman than I am a hunter, but out here I've never had any luck really. But it's an excuse to get outside and do stuff. I'm here with Jared still.
Yep.
And we are casting in vain right now, but that's okay. And we're gonna do this for a while, and then we're gonna get out and do some birding. I brought my nice camera I left in the car so that we can go pick that up and go into the bird sanctuary. It's peak migration basically, so I've already seen a lot of cool stuff out here. Right in front of us there's some eared grebes here, so good stuff already. It was a little too windy on the pier for us to actually go fishing out there. Like, even the experienced fishermen left. So, good sign to not be there. But this place seems pretty nice to just hang out in. I'm using a swim bait right now. Well, with like a rattle inside. I forget. Jerk bait? I don't know. It's some lure or whatever. It's a big lure. I don't think I'm gonna. Shut up.
I don't think you picked it up.
Yeah, I barely picked it up on my ears, but thank God.
The joke, you might see it in the captions, you know.
I'm not gonna. Maybe. Looks like one of those grebes caught a crayfish. I could switch to the crayfish lure I have, but the hooks on it are really, really, really dull because I picked it out of a river.
Crank the hell out of it.
That's not good enough. It'll just like slip out. I'm better at fishing in Wisconsin than I am here. I actually know the places. I'm more of a river fisherman. Like, even lures I do better in a river. Though it has to be by a dam if I'm gonna do lures like that. Like base of a dam, that's a great place to go.
Yeah.
Should go sometime.
You should.
Not this year, it's too late in the year, but you'd think with all these grebes there would be fish, but it's just, they're going after the crayfish, it's very clear. So, spooky season theme, by the way.
Yeah.
So, it is said that that Chicago has been visited in the last couple years by the famous Mothman.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And shout out to the Whatcast on Spotify is where I watch them, or listen to them. Pretty awesome guys. They put me onto it, basically.
Yeah.
And I think the place that we're at right now had a visitation at one point.
It was nearby, yeah.
Yeah. Now, a lot of people say that Mothman is like a bad omen. And I'm hoping that's not the case. Because, I mean, the Silver Bridge happened the first time.
I think it was a while ago. It was like a long time ago.
Yeah.
Like a few years ago.
If you're not familiar with Mothman, he was he's a cryptid that was sighted first in West Virginia at Point Pleasant. And if I remember correctly, I don't remember the year he was spotted, but shortly after he appeared, there was a huge bridge collapse in Point Pleasant called the Silver Bridge, and it killed a bunch of people. It was a huge disaster. And after that, Mothman disappeared from the area. And some people like to say that he was trying to warn everybody there that there was some bad stuff going on and something bad was going to happen. Some people like to think that he caused it. I don't know.
some people also think it was a barn owl.
Yeah, so a lot of people think it's a barn owl, which I'm inclined to believe because even though he's my favorite cryptid, it matches the description of a barn owl pretty good, including bad omen. A lot of native cultures, a lot of native cultures consider owls to be bad omens. So, yeah, don't go for that grebe. Please don't. Please don't go for this grebe. Thank you. Okay, it knows it's not food. Okay, so we just I have Jared set up here with my old my old binoculars here. I have this camera, my DSLR here, and my binoculars, so this might get a little cluttered on my chest with this GoPro, but we just had our first birds of our bird list just now, which is a black-capped chickadee. They're very common here. We're gonna see plenty of them. And we're gonna head up into the magic hedge, as it's known, or AKA the Montrose Bird Sanctuary. So it's a really good spot for this time of year. Migration time and breeding time. There's a bunch of stuff here. In the winter and in the spring, like early spring, there's not much. Winter, there's barely anything. Like late fall, there's barely anything. So we're right at the time where we're gonna find the best species diversity. Here it is.
Here we go.
Let's see what we can find.
Oh, in April, that's what
Oh, here we go. Already a sparrow. Yeah. I think it's a field sparrow.
Now someone doesn't use binoculars a lot. And you said these aren't good. They're doing all right.
Yeah? That's good. It's just because the eye cups suck on them.
Yeah.
Oh, who are you? We have a junco and a song sparrow. I'm gonna try to, this thing is gonna be way out of focus, or way out of range, but it's no big deal. I'm just gonna zoom, it's for like, just say that we got him basically.
Yeah.
Dark-eyed junco is what you, so here I'll show you. So, you got a good look at it, right?
Yeah.
It's a field sparrow. I said it's field sparrow because it has the brown on the top. See, it's more prominent in like the adults, like that. And then song sparrow, it has a big patch like that. See?
Oh, I see. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's so hard to look for.
Yeah, you get used to it after you stare at them for a while. Look in the trees. Oh, here we go. There's another sparrow, I think. Oh, is it? No, it's a Swainson's thrush, or a hermit thrush. See it right there?
Yeah.
Let's try to get it.
Where did you go? Oh, I just lost it. Oh, there you are.
These are all terrible pictures, but it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna, like, just so people know what we're looking at. Do you get a good look at it?
I'm trying to.
You see where it is?
I do. It's just matching it up with the binoculars is difficult.
So you see it, they belong to the same group of birds that robins do. That's why they look like robins.
Oh, there we go.
See under its throat how it's like really pretty?
Yeah. I see the little patch.
They look there, now it's down in that.
Down there.
They're very elusive and they have a really pretty call.
Okay.
They're super, it sounds like water almost, is what I like. I always call it like watery. But those things, they're usually really shy and in really dense forest. So Jared is gonna be my Padawan for the day, basically. I thought you saw something for a second, I was freaking out. But he's completely new to birding, basically. Doesn't really know how to ID anything, so I'm teaching him how to do all this stuff.
I was doing the NPC stuff.
Yeah, okay. But yeah.
That's a house sparrow.
Yeah? Are you sure? Where is it at?
It's on this little like purple-y.
Oh, okay.
Right there, do you see
Oh,
it
I
down
see
there?
it. I see it. That is not a house sparrow.
What is it?
I think
It's so similar.
that is a.
Up.
I think it's a Lincoln sparrow, but I'm gonna check.
Okay.
Sparrows are the
Show me
hard
how-
are kind of.
Yeah, no.
It could be a song sparrow, I think, actually.
I don't know. It didn't have the streaks. It was really smooth on its chest.
This is Lincoln sparrow. I think it's a song sparrow.
Yeah.
They don't all have the patch, which is kind of interesting. But the way to know sparrows, it's gonna take a while for you to learn them.
Mm-hmm.
But, and I don't even know all of them, but
Yeah.
the big way is their, like, the side profile of their face. See?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
That's a Bachman sparrow. You won't see that here. Nah, that's a grasshopper sparrow. See how it's different?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Vesper sparrow's hard because it has like a tiny, like reddish brown patch on its wing that how you tell it, and it's more apparent when you see it. But
Okay.
anyways, we're in this spot here, and this is a good place to look for stuff because it's edge habitat.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll go in between these places. You'll get different species that like right here and different species that like right here, and they kind of cross over. So let's keep moving. Oh, there, see? Black-capped chickadee. Right in front of us, there, see?
Oh, right there, yeah. Oh.
It thinks we have food.
We're not feeding you, buddy.
Again, bad picture, but it's
But it's proof that we
it's
got it.
it's so that the people aren't weirded out that we're like, you're showing us a blurry GoPro of a forest.
Yeah. Where?
Oh, that's I think it's a Phoebe or something.
Where is it?
This, you see this green, you see that red that she's flying
Oh,
there?
yeah.
Yeah.
Up there.
I think it was a Phoebe. I
have eyes on it.
You do? Where is it at?
Oh wait, never mind. No, I don't.
Yeah, I could barely see it through my binoculars. Let's get closer. Come on. So the Phoebe was in this tree, but it flew that way. I'm gonna take a look at my guide here. We're not gonna, for everybody at home, we're not gonna be able to take a picture of every bird we see, so you won't see some of these. Oh, it's a kinglet. It's a kinglet. Yes, they're tiny. They're tiny little birds. Oh, it's a flycatcher. That's what it is. Come on, focus. There we go. One of those will turn out. And then there's the kinglet right here. Oh, kinglets are super small. They make these high-pitched peeps. If you hear high-pitched peeps in like trees, that's probably what it is.
What kind of kinglet is this?
I think it's a ruby crowned.
crowned?
Yeah. Ruby crowned are more common than the golden crowned. That was the closest one, but I really wanted to get the flycatcher. Oh, there he is.
Yeah. Oh, it's digging in the flowers. Oh, black-capped chicken.
Yep, good. Come on, poke your head out. There you are. Okay, we moved down the trail a little bit. We got our golden crowned kinglet now. Golden crowned kinglet. That's a nice one to have on the list, by the way.
They're really like, I think I see a few of them over here.
Yeah,
Or, like ruby crown ones.
they can be pretty common.
Like, there's over here. Oh, right there.
Yeah, hanging upside down. Yep, that's a golden crowned kinglet right there. Bless you. They're all up on these lines.
Yeah, they like this habitat probably.
Yeah, they like the edge. There's a bunch of bugs in this stuff, so they like to eat the stuff along it. See if there's one right there.
Yeah.
Oh, it's backlit like crazy though.
That's a kinglet? Is that a kinglet? Oh yeah, it is.
You're getting good at this.
This is when I first saw it, its shape was different.
Oh, I got a good one of its golden crown. Yeah, these are all golden crown kinglets.
Wow. No, put some on the list a little bit more.
Yeah, do it. I didn't expect to see so many.
Yeah, there's a lot
Okay,
right
see?
over here.
Now these guys aren't seed eaters, so if you hold your hand out, they're not gonna come try to eat stuff out of your hand. like the chickadees. The chickadees eat seeds, so if you bring seeds, they'll eat it. But they know you don't have bugs in your hand, so they're not gonna eat it. Come on, you. Yeah, they're very jittery.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense for insect eaters.
Yeah, it's kind of on brand.
They're really cool looking.
Yeah, notice their bill.
Yeah.
It's the thinner bills are a lot. They're a lot for insects. Yeah. Look at that. It almost landed on you, dude.
Seeds.
Oh, that one just almost grabbed one out of the air. Oh, you're not a kinglet. What are you?
What, this right here?
Oh yeah.
Are you sure?
That was a I think that's a
this whole time.
no, that one isn't.
Okay.
That's a yellow-rumped warbler.
That looks so similar.
But it had streaks on it, you know? It is bigger. It's streaks. Like black streaks.
That's a kinglet, right?
Yeah, that's a kinglet.
Okay.
See how it's smooth, yellow color? You can see the eye ring from here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And look how they
But
behave.
the warbler doesn't have the eye ring, right?
Yeah. And look at you see it has the white stripe across the wing and stuff too.
Yeah. I like how they look. That's cool.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put in yellow-rumped warbler. You can put it in there till you saw it.
Yeah. They,
oh, look at see these black-capped chickadees. They will land in your hand because they're looking for seeds.
Yeah.
But the kinglets won't. It's kind of hard because you can't get the insect eaters to go to your.
I was walking through here once, and there was a Cub Scout with his mom,
Mhm.
and he had food, and he was doing this, and they were landing on his hand, and he goes, "Here, do you want some?"
Yeah.
I said, "Yeah," and I just went like this, and within like a couple of minutes.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. The
They
birds
don't
out
look
here,
for it.
they like it. Like you can even. Oh,
Oh.
those are the golden crown kinglets are fighting. So you can see how they have like the
you can see
the
on
crest.
their head.
Yeah.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, these guys eat
really?
insects, so they
Yeah.
usually won't land in your hand. But
I
the black-capped chickadee, that one that's right next to you, to your right there, that one, if you have something that looks like seeds in your hand, will land in your
Ran
hand.
over that tree over there.
Oh.
Yeah.
These are called chickadees.
So these small ones here,
Yeah.
that one, that's a kinglet. That's what it's called. Or
got
it's
this-
a golden crown kinglet. They in the UK they call them gold crests. The ones with the black head, they hear go meep 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 like over there.
Yeah.
Those are black-capped chickadees, and those will land in your hand because they like to eat the seeds.
Yeah, but those ones are insect
These ones eat
eaters.
bugs.
It's amazing. I've never seen them just flirting around like
There's a
this.
lot of-
It's a
Over here.
good time of year because it's migration right now, and there's a storm coming in, so everything is gathered like right here. This is a good place for migration.
Aw,
Mhm.
You'll probably see a lot.
Yeah.
So are they feeding when they're flying around? Are they?
Yep. They're trying to grab the insects out of the air. I saw one eating a spider web out here. But, yep, just socializing and yelling at each other and moving around and
Oh,
getting
that's
energy.
So awesome. They
Yeah.
have a place like this.
Oh yeah.
This is a good spot, yeah.
It is.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much.
Sure thing. Yeah, see, you can see a fight. You see how fiery that gets?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like their heads. Like I didn't see
Mhm.
the tops.
Yeah, that's why they call him a
Yes,
golden
it's
crown
the crown.
kinglet.
It's really on top, like right on top of their head. Yeah.
Are you having more fun than the last time I took you out?
Yes.
Good.
Yes, I am.
Because you're actually seeing stuff that's not
Fucking
robins
something
that
like
in a
robin,
cold car.
Crackle.
Yeah.
Cool. Cowbird, seen it.
Yeah.
But I've never seen one of the. I've never seen like a kinglet before.
Yeah,
Ruby
well, there
crowned
you
or
go.
otherwise.
There you go. They're everywhere
Yeah,
certain
they are.
times.
I feel people just don't notice them. That's-
They don't.
there's
You
a
never
lot
know.
of- I mean, that's the thing about nature. There's a lot of
Mhm.
things that people just don't notice.
Yeah. There's a oh, right there. See that sparrow? On that log? Come here. Come here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That is a white-throated sparrow.
White-throated sparrow. I got my eyes on it. Looks like a seed eater by its beak, right?
I think so. You'll learn what like a sparrow and stuff is as you go along. White-throated, not white-crowned. White-crowned's different. You'll see them.
Yeah.
But the little brown birds, you know, those are usually sparrows. I often see red-winged blackbirds out here. None right now, but sometimes I've also heard of people getting red poles in here during the winter, which are like, they look like sparrows and they have like a big
Most
red
of
dot
these
on the
things
top.
You're gonna have to describe to me.
A red pole it's like, imagine like a sparrow with a big red dot on the top of its head. That's what a red pole is.
Okay.
You'd be able to look at it like, ah, that is a red pole. You're like, that makes sense. There's good edge, but it's pretty windy, so.
Yeah, so we're not gonna see much here.
Yep. So we're gonna have to go along the coast here, and we'll find our grebes. They're gonna be horned grebes. They don't look like what they look like usually most of the time, but
they don't look the way they're supposed to.
no, they usually look like red, like they have a red head and stuff like that. But in their non-breeding plumage, they look like this. So. Yep. There's one right there. Yep. Let's get close. It'll let us. That's why I thought it looked grebe, so, you know. It might go under, but that's okay. We'll wait for it to come back up. There's a ring-billed gull. Yep, and have you noticed, see on the tips of the wings, like I told you about structural pigment?
You told me before. I've known this before.
Yep, structural pigment, basically. All right, let me take a look at this guy. Yep, that's a horned grebe. Yep.
Horned grebe. Why is it called a horned grebe?
Because when it actually looks like it's supposed to, it has a horn, basically.
I love how you just get angry at me. Why don't you look like you're supposed to?
They never do. Look, that's what it's supposed to look like.
Oh, what?
That's a breeding adult. That's what it looks like non-breeding. Say, like what? Yeah, it's a horned grebe. There's a couple of them out here. Not right here, but I saw some down the way. We can keep moving.
Okay.
We can check them out.
Well, actually, those guys can land.
I'm pretty sure they can. I don't actually know. Their legs are pretty far back too. I've never seen I've never seen a grebe on land, so maybe they can't.
That's so wild to me. I never knew that.
Yeah, let me get this ring-billed gull in here.
I've never noticed an animal head.
Oh, they're so handsome. They always do make good subjects. They stand so perfect.
They're pretty iconic too.
Yeah, they are.
They just remind people to see.
Everybody just calls them seagulls though, but they're not seagulls. Oh, that's pretty. Hey, buddy.
Hi, buddy.
You're so underappreciated.
I'm not giving you food.
Yep, sorry.
Homeless people.
Yeah. No, they'll take it, dude. Like the crackheads of the bird world, they'll take it. It's like, I want that sandwich. I'm gonna have it.
I'm gonna have that thing.
Yeah. That's a nice thanks for the sandwich. Yeah. So there's ring-billed gulls and there's herring gulls are the common ones, but there's also other kinds of gulls. And I suck at gull ID, so we're gonna learn together. So the best way to learn gull ID is to sit near a bunch of gulls or take a picture of a bunch of gulls and try to ID them.
Okay.
Because most of these are gonna be pretty homogeneous, but some are gonna look a little different. And we're gonna wanna know what they are.
Okay.
Luckily, these guys aren't shy, so we can just walk up right here and check them out. There's also some geese over there you can add to the list.
Jump this water.
Yeah. All right, we got a couple mallards in here too. You can add those to the list.
Yep, I can see them. 1, 2, 3, 4, like three of them.
All right, let's take a look at these gulls here. First, I'm gonna get some pictures for the
corn.
Yeah.
All of ring-billed gulls have a ring on the bill, and also do other things.
No, yes.
That's amazing.
Welcome to gulls. Oh, don't eat that plastic. Okay.
Don't eat that, bro.
Oh, I need to get rid of that. Okay, so this is why it helps to have Merlin. So you can put. Well, first, what I do a lot of times is on eBird. Like this isn't a end-all be-all, but what I'll do is I'll first look up gull in eBird, and it'll tell you what's likely in the area. So ring-billed herring gull, Bonaparte, Franklin's, Iceland, lesser black-backed, and greater black-backed.
You stopped that other one, like, get away from my plastic.
Yeah. So, you heard that stuff, right?
Yeah.
So, that's a good foundation for IDs. So we'll look at stuff, and we'll find if there's one that looks slightly different or bigger.
So the size would
yes, the size is a big one. Oh, look, there's like a couple big brown ones back there. You see them?
Yeah.
With black bills back there?
Yeah, like kind of further back.
Yeah, further back there.
Yeah, I see them.
So let's look in our bird ID for gulls. And we will look at We know it's not a ring-billed gull, but we can always double check our observations later.
Okay.
But I think that that's pretty good. There's also a bunch of Canada geese out there, so add those.
Yep, I see a gaggle of them out there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And a bunch of mallards. All right, that's good for this area.
Yeah.
We'll head back and check out the plains and forest and we'll get there. Okay.
Here we go.
Let's go. Let's do the search. We're in a new biome. Kind of biome. So let's look for anything that might be cool.
Neighborhood.
Yeah. Different times of years are better for this place, this area.
Yeah.
But it's fun to walk through at least and see if you can find
We
anything.
don't really walk through here that much.
Sometimes there's swifts that fly up here, but I haven't seen any. Usually there's bank swallows or something like in the side of this wall here. And they're always flying out, but not this year. Wonder why. Also, these birdhouses are a good place to check for sparrows. A lot of people get mad because I set up like houses like that for bluebirds, but then house sparrows just go in and kill them and take it over.
Yeah. Wait, they go in and kill them?
Yep. They're brutal, dude. They'll like cut your head off, you know, they'll rip you out. They'll puncture the breast full of like holes with its beak. They are metal. This is the spot that the plovers were at.
Yeah.
They were in that back corner. Oh, there's a sparrow on the fence.
Oh, I see.
I think it's a song sparrow.
Hi, buddy.
Look at it more. See all the details on that thing?
I think it's a song sparrow.
It is a song sparrow, yes. Oh, look up top.
Oh, what is that?
That's a big kestrel.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
That's a huge kestrel. That thing is giant.
I was like, is that a hawk? No,
It's a falcon.
Wow. An American
That's a-
kestrel, right?
Yep, American kestrel. That thing is a big, chunky boy.
I had to do a report on that back in.
Usually they're small. They're the smallest falcon in North America.
I think I could see that thing's big.
Like they hunt grasshoppers.
Yeah.
Like. So you see, it's kind of like Pokemon in a way, where we're trying to get as many new species. Oh, there.
Yeah, something
It's a
big.
thrush. Right there, see it?
Yeah.
Oh. I like looking in this stuff because there's always some little tiny bird just running around in these sometimes. But not today. See, I also like looking up through branches like this. Like through this tree here.
Yeah, black-capped chickadee.
Where?
Just went pew that way.
Cool. Oh, I thought I heard I thought I just heard a nuthatch, but I don't know. This patch looks relatively barren, so let's keep moving.
Neck, like a blackberry.
Oh, that could have been a nuthatch, but there's a black-capped chickadee back there, so maybe it's one of those.
That is dumb.
You're going beep beep.
Yeah. Is that the
Yeah.
black-capped chickadee?
Yep. Just like at home.
Yeah. Oh, look at it.
When we get into the winter, there'll be more nuthatches around. Or it'll be easier to find. Up in Wisconsin, that's all you hear in the woods while we're hunting. It's like, meow, 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 meow. And they're like breaking branches and eating stuff out of the trees. I'm like, shut up!
That's what's nice about being a birder and like having the binoculars and stuff like that, is that when you stop and look at things, like
People,
other
yeah, they're like,
oh,
oh, it's like a badge.
yeah.
Excuse me, don't you see the binoculars? Yeah. Oh, I didn't know the cops were here. Oh, see that guy?
Yeah, I saw that. Don't know what it was.
I barely got a good look at it, but we could stop here for a second. Oh, more sparrows that way. Oh, there's one.
Oh, I see one, yeah.
What are you?
I think it's a song sparrow.
I lost it.
Oh,
I'm a
just lost
dingus.
it.
Oh,
Here you go, buddy.
I think I just saw a cardinal. Let's go this way. They went this
I
way.
haven't seen one of the, they're not around in the fall, are they?
They're around.
I haven't seen one.
They're around in the winter, dude.
That's true.
Yeah, they're just not
Oh,
here
when's
during
last
the time when
you
all the
filled
birds are.
bird feeder?
I don't even have it set up right now.
Oh, maybe you should set that up, man.
I might, but avian flu's been crazy, so. don't exactly want to spread it.
Bird COVID.
Yeah, basically.
COVID.
It's Corvid instead.
COVID.
Mm-hmm. I'm not the first one to make that joke.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw something small fly towards us here. Oh, on that. Oh, right there. It's a kinglet. Hey, buddy. That's a
Hello.
that's a red crown. Whatever. It's a red one.
Ruby crown.
Yep.
He's right here, dude.
Oh, those are house sparrows. Yeah. Yeah, they don't really show up very well. Oh, I got good ones of you.
Yeah, he's real close. He's holding them.
He doesn't care. That's the nice part about being in an urban place with a bunch of birds. Like, even birds that you know aren't gonna like care, like they don't think you're gonna feed them. They'll just get close. Yeah.
It's a really pretty one. Lost in the sauce. So weird. Butterflies are like one of the bugs that I feel like are nearly like,
Mm-hmm.
like almost like animals. I mean,
They are animals,
I know
yeah.
they're animals.
You idiot! They are animals.
But the general public does not really consider bugs animals.
Okay, so day is over of us doing our fishing, which was really more fishing than catching.
Yeah.
And birding went great though. Birding went great. So let's take a look at what we got for the day. So, what we got is we got Canada goose, mallards, horned grebes, double-crested cormorant, American kestrel, black-capped chickadee, ruby-crowned kinglet, gold-crowned kinglet, hermit thrush. Stop doing that. What the hell are you doing?
I was going to see if you noticed.
American robin, house sparrow, dark-eyed junco, white-throated sparrow, song sparrow, and yellow-rumped warbler.
Yeah.
Pretty good haul.
Did you have the kestrel in there?
Yes, I said kestrel.
Okay, I didn't know if I heard it. Because that was cool. I saw that
Kestrel?
whale.
How dare you? How dare you?
Yo, I kind of consider it like my bird.
Oh my
I
God.
did the report on it like 10 years ago.
I hate you, actually. I actually despise you.
Just like how the black-footed ferret is also my animal.
Oh my
Because I did a report on that. Like, in
Dude,
third
I
grade.
really need you to stop talking. Okay.
Kansas is my state because I did a report on that thing too.
Wyoming's my state because I drove through it.
I picked it because it's in the middle
Okay,
of everything.
it's
a
submitted,
rectangle.
and we are good. Did you submit yours?
Yes, we're good.
Perfect. So, that closes out our Halloween special, which was just us doing what we normally do, but in fall colors.
Yeah.
And still being terrible at it. Telling a couple scary stories, though. So
Put some tips in the comments, please. We suck.
Yeah,
Help.
if you guys watch this, which you probably won't, but if you watch this and you fish Lake Michigan, let us know what we should be using. If you guys have tips on stuff to go hunting that's you know gets us more of a yield, let us know. Again, we're beginners. I'm not really as much of a beginner, but I'm limited in my resources here, so any advice always helps. So hope you guys enjoyed our Halloween special. Enjoy the spooky month. I've been Evan.
And we've been outside.
Woo!